Hi everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to go over a comment by Tyler Cragen from the Greatest Cause channel. He mentioned something interesting and it made me think about that one quote from Spencer W. Kimball about there being no general warning to the membership of the church. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video. If you end up liking it, make sure to leave your comments with your thoughts and opinions about this topic, and then also make sure to share it with anyone that you think it might help. So I'm going to put the link for his channel below so you can go check that out. I've interviewed him once before, and this is his comment. He did it in response to the young adult devotional video that I did with my notes from the young adult devotional with Elder Rasband, which was pretty amazing. If you haven't seen that video, or if you haven't seen the devotional itself, make sure to go look at that. But this is what Tyler said. He says, "I absolutely loved this devotional. And so did I. I don't think they could make it any clearer that Christ is coming back and it's happening very soon. Many will deny it, but our general authorities are being incredibly bold about Christ's coming in our role." Yeah, I would totally agree with that. You know, that's what made me think about that one quote that I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching this channel, you've seen this quote from Spencer W. Kimball. This comes from his book called Faith Precedes the Miracle, chapter 23. Okay, and this is what it says. Okay, you'll recognize this. "There will be no general warning to the membership of the church that things will be shortly falling apart. This lack of warning is designed to weed out the tares, the all is well in Zion crowd." I've been doing this channel now. I'm going on 5 months, and you know, a lot of you have noted that I'm pretty prolific with my videos. I've been doing a lot of study. I put out a lot of content. That's mostly because I just can't get enough of it, and I know that you can't either. There's just so much. There's so much, and there's no end to the amount of content that I can do for this channel, because there are so many things being said. If I was just to focus just on general authorities, their talks, their messages, their social media accounts, the things that they're saying, I can make a channel just based on that alone. Okay, that's how much they're talking about it. Okay, so if President Kimball is right, and I think that he is, you know, if this isn't a general warning to the church, I don't know what is. Now, the beauty of it is that it's not just like all these like breadcrumbs that they're putting out. It's not just like one big singular statement, okay? Because I think, so I really do think, based on conversations that I've had with people, I think there's some people that actually expect that one day in General Conference, the prophet's going to get up and then he's going to give like a big announcement that, you know, this is the year of the second coming, or you have 2 years to prepare and then the second coming. And, you know, I think that they're sorely mistaken. But the good news is that if they would just look at if they would actually like study what they're telling us, and sometimes you don't need to look that deep into it. A lot of times it's very explicit and it's on the surface. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot of thought a lot of the time to see that they're talking about the time being like now, being imminent. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. I don't know if it's going to happen next year. I don't know if it's going to happen within 5 years, but I would expect within, like, at the very latest, maybe 15, 20 years at the most is probably what we're looking at. I don't know how else to explain it. If you're new to the channel, I would encourage you to go back to the beginning and just watch all the videos. Like, I really have dug into this pretty deep, and we're just going to keep going with it because, like I said, it never ends. It never ends. While I was trying to find exactly where that quote came from by Spencer W. Kimball, I came across this quote from President Joseph Fielding Smith. And this is on the church website. It's in one of the student manuals for Doctrine and Covenants. Okay, and this particular chapter is D&C 45. There's a lot of second coming stuff in here. Okay, this is his quote. Quote, one of the great failings of mankind is to ignore warnings of punishment for sin. In all ages of the world, it has been the peculiar belief of men that the sayings of the prophets were to be fulfilled in times still future. That is true of the people today. Yeah, and I know that you know people like this, that they don't think that it's talking about us, that it's not our time. We've had ample warning of the nearness of the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. The signs are upon us in all their power. This is Joseph Fielding Smith that's saying this. The signs are upon us in all their power. Do you know when Joseph Fielding Smith was prophet? He was prophet from, let's see, January 23rd, 1970 until July 2nd, 1972. So I don't know exactly when he said this, but he was prophet until from 1970 to 1972. And he's saying back then, the signs are upon us in all their power. If you're somebody that you're waiting for things to get just wild beyond our beliefs, you're expecting like incredible, like 1,000-foot tsunami waves coming in and destroying all these coastal cities. If you're waiting for nuclear bombs to go off, if you're waiting for these things, I'm sorry. I think that you're mistaken. And you really need to pay attention to what is actually going on in reality. I just did a video recently about how Hollywood has done a very good job, I think, in desensitizing us to the signs of the times. And it very well could be that that's something that Satan himself may have coordinated. You know, he may want to like skew our view of reality and desensitize us so that we don't realize what's happening as it's actually happening. There's nothing that you can do to take away what he says right here in the 70s. The signs are upon us in all their power. And then he continues. In this revelation, we are given the warning that the summer is passing, and if we are heedless of the warning, we will find the summer past. I think there's people that are not heeding the warnings, both inside and then definitely outside the church. The harvest, okay, heedless of the warning, we will find the summer past, the harvest ended, and our souls not saved. While no man knows the day or the hour, yet if we are taken unawares, we will be without excuse, for the signs are ample, and we now see them being fulfilled. In 1970 something, he's saying this. And like Tyler said, let's see. He says, I don't think they could make it any clearer that Christ is coming back and it's happening very soon. I don't think so either. How much clearer can you make it other than, you know, aside from what they're already doing? They're constantly referencing scriptures that have to do with the second coming, with being translated, with being resurrected, with all the different signs that are supposed to attend the second coming. It's just nonstop. And like I said, sometimes it's not even just in the references, it's just flat out in the words that they're actually saying. They're always talking about the rising generation and the important part that they're going to play in the lead up to the second coming. You know, coming up with all these like new things like the Lord's Youth Battalion and gathering scattered Israel and you know, renovating the Salt Lake Temple, which again, that's not a very it's pretty clear that he's using that as like a metaphor for us being prepared for the second coming and for the millennium. So anyway, I could just go on and on about it, but I just wanted to bring this up. I just had this idea after he put that in the comments that, you know, Spencer W. Kimball said that there wouldn't be any general warning, and I'll say that that's true, but this is like we basically, in a sense, are getting a general warning for those who are watching and those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. So that's all I have to say about that. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave your comments below, your thoughts, your ideas, things that you've seen, your feelings about this, and then also make sure to share this with your friends. And I'll talk to you guys later.